Hi Group 1, you're loved, here's why. You've got the High Priestess, and the reason behind this is Ace of Cups in reverse, and the advice is Nine of Wands. You're loved because you're so super intuitive. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you're the High Priestess. You know, you're somebody who knows the light and shadow of a person, of people, and not only in people but about the society and about the situation as well. And you're very balanced and you're very reserved, you know. You don't talk a lot, you observe a lot of things, and also you don't show off. Yeah, very humble, very humble. And you've got so much wisdom. You are good at keeping your secrets, and not only your secrets but for others as well. You're very good at protecting others too. You know, black obsidian stone is about protection, so you protect people. That's why you're so loved, because the background story is Ace of Cups in reverse, meaning that you have seen a lot of injustice in your life. You have seen a lot of people who had to shed their tears because of the injustice. And you're somebody who's like, how do I say this? You've got so much calm energy, Group 1. You have seen a lot, and you just can't help but lend a hand to somebody when somebody is in trouble. Advice is Nine of Wands. You could, because you're so generous, you could be giving too much energy to people right now. So sometimes you have to choose 1 out of 9 or 10. Yeah. You have to choose people or choose situations for yourself. Like, which one should I help and which one should I leave? Because even if you're so generous, if you try to help everyone, you're gonna get so stressed out and eventually you could get yourself sick, right? And Page of Wands was at the bottom of the deck, so yeah, definitely people don't really talk about why you're loved, because they love like, okay, people love you so much, but they just don't know how to put them into words. And they also know that you're very hurt in the past. Maybe they don't know the details, but from your the way you talk or the way you share your life experiences, they know that they know that you have been through a lot with respect to you. So they do respect you. Let me do some clarification here for each cards. And you don't judge people as well. You don't gossip. But you don't have this stiff energy like strict teachers do. You're more like calm sister. Yeah, calm sister that people always wish to have. Empress. Yeah. Very loving and caring. 8 of Wands in reverse. Maybe you speak really slow. Yeah, that's what people love about you. And the High Priestess is clarified by Queen of Swords in reverse, Page of Pentacles, and 2 of Wands. I was gonna say Page of Pentacles, but I was gonna say reverse, meaning that when people started to have delulu illusions in their mind, you're the one who's gonna step in and say, hey, you gotta see things in a realistic way, in a nice way, you know. Yeah, you're not harsh. You're never harsh to people. You're never harsh to people. You don't talk back behind people. You're very careful with your words. You know so many vocabularies as well. You know so many phrases. Yeah. And especially young people look up to you. And they want to learn from you about probably finances or maybe about their talent. And for some reason, you look so foreign to them. Maybe you have different cultures, or maybe you have so much wisdom that they feel foreign to you. Or maybe you feel foreign about them as well. Yeah. Maybe you could be speaking different languages as well. And Ace of Cups in reverse is clarified by Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles in reverse, yes, and Five of Pentacles in reverse. You're somebody who is not going to shut up when you see injustice, especially people in a higher status bullying people who need help. Arrogant people with wealth, yeah. They could be rich, but they could be really jerk. Yeah, keeping all the money to themselves and never try to even share with others. And yeah, there's no noblesse oblige mindset. And you're the one, like you have seen them, like you have seen people like them, and maybe you stood up for those people. Maybe you did take some actions about this. Yeah, it's almost like you're a very quiet hero to people. Advice is Nine of Wands is clarified by Ace of Swords in reverse, Seven of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. It's interesting because Ace of Swords came out and the Queen of Swords is here. The sword represents words and wisdom and speed and information. So there are times that you I think people want to know so much information from you. Like how can I be you? Yeah, how can I be group 1? Group 1, can you tell me how can I be like you? But I think you are already doing this, but it's better not to give out so much information to those people because they need to go on their own journey as well. Well, they could ask for your help, but they can't be clingy to you because you have your own path. You have your own journey to go, and you want to be stable as well. So that's why I think it's saying that you need to choose people, unfortunately, sometimes that, not in a negative way, but just that you have to define the right people for you sometimes, especially when they're younger than you, because younger people need to go on to their journey by themselves and figure out their own way. And because you're so generous, they might come to you and say, like, can you give me every information that you have for me? But you could give them just little by little, and trust that, I think you're already doing this, but trust that they can figure it out by themselves as well. Yeah, because if you give in too much information to these people, they're gonna be so clingy, so hoarding to you. I'm not gonna let you go. I want to ask group 1, like they could be calling you in the middle of the night just to get some information from you. So there are people like that out there too. So you got to choose nice people, like generous or genuine, pure heart people, so that they will be humble as well because they look up to you. So that's what I have for you. I hope it helped, and I wish you good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi group 2, you're loved. Here's why. You've got Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the background story is 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and the advice is 3 of Wands in reverse. They're all in reversal. At the bottom of the deck you have Page of Wands in reverse. You don't believe in yourself. You don't trust yourself. Why? you're loved because you're not arrogant. You don't show off to people, especially about finances and abundance. So I'm pretty sure that you have so much, like you have accomplished so much in your life already. Maybe some of you guys are successful in business. Maybe you guys have already built your own family together with somebody else, and maybe you could be wealthy. Maybe you could be from wealthy family as well, but you never show that off to people, and that's why people love about you. And also, you don't give out unnecessarily to people, because you know the power of money, or you know the power of status. If you give people too much, then people could turn into lame people, if you know what I mean. And I think you already know that, and people actually appreciate that because you're patient enough to wait for people to change about themselves. Yeah, very mothery energy. Yeah, very calm, kind. You're almost like a blanket. Let me clarify a little bit more. This is such a nice energy. Yeah, people might not talk about this to others, but they really feel your love. You could be quiet too, and they see you as a very humble person. And they wonder sometimes why you never show off on Instagram or something like that. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with your background, since the Ten of Pentacles in reverse is here. Maybe you could be from a wealthy family, let's say, and you have seen all the dramas in your family, and now you decided not to show off anything to the world. I think it's a very great, smart choice that you're making. I like this. I like this. The Tower in reverse. Reversal again. Yeah, I think definitely you have experienced, maybe it was a deceit or lies, something huge happened in your life, and that made you even more humble and kind, compassionate. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles is in reversal, is clarified by the Hangman. Very wise. King of Swords in reverse, and Two of Cups. Wow. Even if you had something that you want to say to people, you are never harsh to people. You know how to choose words. And you're so wise, but you don't show off your wisdom as well. And you're like... I have a feeling that you had a life experiences that you used to sacrifice yourself a lot. And that's why you understand people. It's almost like you used to be a young carer, and now you understand children who are facing their challenges to be a young carer. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. And Two of Cups. You're very cooperative. Yeah. You're somebody who can actually good with people and good with teamwork as well. But you're very quiet. You're quiet, but people somehow know that you know so much. So maybe maybe like I said, maybe you know the right words and right timing to say things, and people love about that. And people love that. Yep. Because you don't overgive. Because you don't overgive. You don't distract people. Ten of Pentacles is clarified by Queen of Cups in reverse, Page of Cups, and Nine of Swords in reverse. You are somebody who's really good at taming somebody's fear. When somebody's almost like losing their mind because maybe something didn't work out for somebody, you still can bring some hope to this person. You're very creative and you're very, you're, how do I say this? Like, you're so giving, but you know how much you should give into the situation and into the person. And it's the right amount of love that you can give to people so they don't feel overwhelmed. And you're also good at sensing people's sadness. Yeah, and you're always there to support them. Yeah, you know what? There's so many people who are saved from you, actually. Saved by you. With your compassion and with your love. Wow. And Three of Wands in reverse is clarified by King of Pentacles, Seven of Wands in reverse, and Five of Pentacles. Wow. You know what? I think if you're thinking about starting a business to save people, I think it's a great time for you to start it actually now. Maybe you're thinking about opening a non-profit organization, or maybe you might be thinking about changing your career into a company or industry where you get to help people hands-on. And this is the right timing if you're thinking about it, because you know how to use money in the right way. Yeah. It's almost like running a church or running a place where people can have a meal, like a good meal, good, nice meal at the end of the day. That kind of facility that you could run in the future. I don't understand why, but all of a sudden I'm feeling like this like journalist vibe. So even though I don't have many swords here, maybe you're good at communicating about the issue to other people. So you might be thinking about being a journalist and write about, you know, the righteousness that's happening in the society, or maybe injustice that's happening in the society as well, to spread the awareness. I think you're good at it. Yeah. So you know what, Grip 2, you have so much power and strength than you think. You're so brave. Yeah, and people know that. People know that. So believe in yourself, and well, don't overwork. You know, even if you want to do this, don't overwork, because you are very important to a lot of people. Yeah, it's beautiful. So that's my reading for you. I hope it helped, and I wish you good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, Group 3. You're loved. Here's why. You've got Four of Wands in reverse, Judgment as your background story, and an advice is Six of Cups. You're loved because you're just fun to be around. You're such a happy and fun people. Green Aventurine Stone. It talks about health. So you could be a yoga teacher, like yoga teacher, or I have a feeling that you could be a teacher with like good skills about teaching people how to be healthy, both in mental and physically. And I think the reason behind this is because you have been through a lot, and you just had an awakening that you need to change your life, and you need to change somebody else's life as well. But you also know that it's just it's going to be difficult for you to change everybody's life with your power. Rather, you decided to deliver lessons or information or courses so that people can change about themselves. Yeah, so it's almost, yoga teacher. Or dance teachers, that kind of vibe that I'm getting here. Gym teachers, gym instructors. And the advice is Six of Cups. Interesting. Maybe, are you good at telling a story to somebody? Because it's interesting. Because I have a feeling of, like I said in this video many times, maybe you could be a yoga teacher, but you could also be a librarian, or somebody who runs a bookstore and really good at reading a book to children. The kind of vibe that I'm getting here. So you've got so much nurturing energy. Yeah. People look up to you, and it's almost like people want to come to you when they want to change about themselves, and they're willing to change. Interesting. Okay, group 3. I don't know how to explain this, but you've got so much like uniqueness within you as well. Not only fun, but it's like people have never seen a person like you, group 3. But you still got this grandma vibe, so that people are so attracted to you. That's why you're loved. Very lighthearted. You don't take things too seriously, but you're very humble as well. 4 of Swords. There are times that... Okay. The reason why you have become so much compassionate and kind to people is because you have experienced heartbreak in the past. So, and I think on the course of the heartbreak, I think you've learned that laughter or funness is really important for human beings. 4 of Wands in reverse is clarified by Ace of Wands in reverse, 6 of Pentacles, and the Fool. See? You're a fun person. Whenever people feel down, you just... It's not like a comedian vibe, but it's more like, hey, why don't you just come out and dance with me? And you are very balanced with give and take as well. You try not to take away things from people, but also you don't give in too much because you want to protect yourself. And that's a good example, actually, because people are learning that from you, because people tend to become overgiving or a taker, right? But then if you show up as a good example, people will learn from you how to be balanced about give and take. Yeah, and you do it in such a lovely way. Maybe singing, dancing, or maybe acting. You're so fun to be around. And Judgment is clarified by 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, the Sun and 2 of Cups. You could be Leo, but you are born with such a good heart. And you know it. And you, the reason why you have become so much compassion is because you protected your purity. You protected your purity even though you're grown up now. And even though you had so many heartbreaks in your life, you still kept your purity within you. Yeah. Innocence and playfulness and, funness within you. You never let that go, and you never abandon it. Yeah. That's why you have this very lightful, childlike energy, and people love about that. It's almost like your sun, you're the sun for people. Despite of, going through so many heartbreaks. And wow, I mean, how did you do that? Whoa, okay. So the advice 6 of Cups is clarified by the Death. Whoa. 8 of Swords in reverse and the Temperance. 2 major arcanas, sandwiching 8 of Swords. You know what? Just keep going with what you're doing, because you probably don't know how many people you have already saved from their mindset. Because, this card talks about this lady not being able to move forward because of this like fold. I don't know how to say it in English. I'm sorry. Blindfold. Yeah, blindfold. And you know, if this person wants to just take off those ropes, she can, but she doesn't. You know, she's not really willing to take it because she's too scared, and because of that, she's not able to walk forward. However, she can, you know, because there's no swords in front of her. So that's kind of mindset, you know. There are so many people like this, so many people who are just scared to move forward and just scared to welcome new ideas into their life. But since you came in, I don't know how, but when they encounter you, there's a huge transformation happen to their life, because they're like, you know, this is you and these are people, and people are like, how do you do that? You know, how do you become like very lighthearted, and like you still have childlike energy, and at the same time you're so grown up and you have so much wisdom now. How do you be like that? And that is actually helping a lot of people getting away from these difficult situations, their mindset, negative mindset, and bringing them to a very emotional, stable mindset. You're the savior. Yeah. It's almost like, you know what, this card reminds me of the Chemical Romance, Black Parade. That kind of vibe. So you might have rock and roll vibe as well. Rock and roll, hipster, yoga teacher, librarian. Yeah, people love about that. Yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope it helped, and I wish you good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye.